The United States is on the verge of making one of its most perilous military decisions since the start of the invasion of Ukraine. The talk is about the delivery, or perhaps non-delivery, of Tomahawk cruise missiles, a weapon with an astonishing range of 2,500 kilometers. This range means the capability to target points far beyond the front lines of the war. The Tomahawk is not just a battlefield weapon, it is considered a direct threat to the heart of Russia's strategic and economic infrastructure. But why is this missile completely different from previous long-range weapons like ATACMS or Storm Shadow, which were previously given to Kyiv? The previous range only allowed Ukraine to target objectives in the occupied territories and border areas of Russia. In contrast, the Tomahawk is a complete game-changer in the balance of power. How exactly will this decision shift the military balance? And more importantly, does this move mean overtly crossing Russia's most dangerous geopolitical red lines? Is Washington, through this action, pulling the trigger on a wider conflict? The Tomahawk missile is a subsonic cruise missile and a symbol of long-range strike power in the American arsenal. The Tomahawk is introduced in two variants, with ranges of 1,600 and 2,500 kilometers. What do these numbers signify? These numbers signify the complete elimination of geographical distance from Russia's security equation. A 2,500-kilometer range means that Ukraine can bring not only the front lines, but also Russia's depth of territory, including critical centers, strategic bases far from the border, and even the capital, Moscow, within its firing range. Where does the Tomahawk's accuracy come from? This missile utilizes a multi-layered guidance system, including GPS, terrain contour matching, and digital scene matching area correlator. This combination allows it to destroy fixed and predetermined targets with extremely high precision. In comparison, missiles like ATACMS, previously delivered to Kyiv, had a limited and purely tactical range, but the Tomahawk is a strategic weapon. Its delivery allows Ukraine to target not only military operations near the border, but also command centers, logistics, and weapons depots deep within Russia's industrial and defensive heartland. The key geopolitical point here is, with the Tomahawk, no location in Russia is safe anymore. This missile eliminates geographical distance from the Kremlin security calculus. However, Ukraine's objective in possessing such a weapon is not solely military. It is economic and strategic. According to Ukrainian officials, the main goal is to force the Kremlin to accept new realities and bring Russia to the negotiating table from a stronger position of power. Kyiv's strategy is infrastructure destruction, focusing on attacks on critical energy facilities, oil refineries, key railway lines, and most importantly, weapons production centers deep inside Russia. The destruction of these facilities by accurate Tomahawk missiles would have a catastrophic geoeconomic impact. These attacks could lead to a severe budget deficit, a significant reduction in energy export capacity, and consequently undermine Moscow's ability to finance the war. This is no longer a limited harassment operation using drones. This is a battle to choke Russia's war economy. This is where we enter the realm of geopolitical risks. Moscow's reaction to this threat has been intense and resolute. Russian officials, including Vladimir Putin and senior senators, have described the potential delivery of Tomahawks as the beginning of an endless missile war and a serious round of escalation. The nuclear risk is the heavy shadow over this affair. It must be recalled that the Tomahawk missile is nuclear capable. Although the United States would, with high probability, deliver the non-nuclear variant if a delivery occurred, Moscow interprets it as a fundamental step toward a potential nuclear confrontation. The second risk is direct NATO involvement. Ukraine lacks the naval infrastructure to launch these missiles. Furthermore, for the planning, precise targeting, and management of the attack, Kyiv would require the direct participation of and military personnel from the U.S., guidance operators, and observers. This effectively actualizes Putin's red line regarding direct confrontation with NATO. But what is the U.S. position? Washington has not yet fully confirmed or denied the issue of delivering Tomahawk missiles. This suggests that Washington intends to use the Tomahawk as a strategic leverage point and not necessarily a quick-use weapon. The goal, in fact, is to create a painful threat to compel the Kremlin to change its behavior. Ultimately, the final decision regarding the Tomahawk is not merely a military decision, but a strategic geopolitical decision that could determine the course of the war. We are faced with two probable scenarios. Scenario 1, non-delivery. The United States keeps the threat of Tomahawk delivery as a hidden bargaining chip in future negotiations with Russia. Scenario 2, delivery with limitations. The missiles are delivered with strict targeting conditions. This is a psychological victory and a leverage point for Ukraine. And the final question is, in your opinion, is the risk of a minor nuclear conflict worth shifting the balance of the war for the United States? Will the Tomahawk bring Moscow to the negotiating table or push it toward a tougher military response? Share your opinions with us in the comments section.